The editing in Trainspotting by Danny Boyle is hectic. Patterns are difficult to find, and it seems as if the editing process went through a random generator to decide which shot should be the next. It's impulsive, really. Acts before it thinks. Mark Renton, the protagonist, makes most of his decision based around his heroin addiction. At one point, he could be determined to purify himself of this affliction,
With God's help, I'll conquer this terrible affliction.
and then go on to buy on some more drugs.
I want a fucking hit!
The editing complements his obsessive nature by breaking all laws of space and time to conform to his addiction and to the erratic nature of himself and his surroundings. While Trainspotting uses some elements of the analytical editing within it, like cuts on action, and keeps the character views logical most of the time, it doesn't shy away from breaking the conventional methods of editing to achieve the pacing it craves. Pauses, diegetical inserts,
Giving a boy here a turn into a lifetime.
temporal jump cuts, and multiple other distortions are all apparent. The breakage of time and space serve different meanings throughout the film, but they all connect in their attempt to produce some kind of weird euphoria and connection with the characters.
Yes, you fucking dancer!
Following the title screen, we are exposed to a form of time and space continuity rupture within the form of the elliptical editing process. It starts at Mark's preparation toward the quitting of heroin and ends with him failing miserably as he surrenders to it again. This whole phase is presented in the format of the elliptical editing, in which time and location skips occur frequently, showing only the most important parts of his struggle.
Mikey! Aye, yeah, it's Mark Renton. Look, wondered, could you help me out?
This causes Mark to look ridiculous, as he can't follow his own preparation plans for long at all, and ends up very quickly back at the starting point. The nimble way in which shot leads on to another symbolizes Mark's disorientation and chaos in life, and shows the thin line between organized planning to complete failure within minutes.
No, I went to Craig Newton.
In another instance, Spud is seen talking at a job interview under the influence of drugs given to him by Mark mere moments before. Here, there is a blatant distortion in space as the 30 degrees rules get decimated. When Spud talks, the shots cut back and forth without any change of angle, causing multiple jump cuts. This phenomenon is used as a trait definer for Spud and as a representation of the mind under the influence of drugs. As Spud makes no sense in his monologue and jumps back and forth in his topics, so does the editing process jumps uncomfortably. This is also connected to the interviewer's perception of Spud and their incapability to understand what on earth is happening to them.
Spud had done well. I was proud of him. He fucked up good and proper.
Later on, we are shown Begbie's conflict at the pool game. The editing here, which uses temporal and space jump cuts, in which Begbie is seen teleporting and beating the young pulp, are in rhythm with Begbie's personality. They are fast, unpredictable, and extremely erratic, as is Begbie himself, which is portrayed throughout the film as an excessively impulsive guy who seeks fight wherever he goes. Through the use of the temporal cuts, Begbie reaches the fight instantly, which is symbolic of his intense lust for battle.
Begbie didn't do drugs either. He just did people. That's what he got off on. His own sensory addiction.
Overall, the editing in this movie does a fantastic job in conveying its point. Friendships are fickle, humanity is irrational, and the melding of humanity, friendship, and drugs is destructive.
That's your theory.
Yeah. Beautifully fucking illustrated.